Brooke is all Z-way up in the mix tonight, y'all. And Coco got a word for Mr. Queensfield. She let him have it, okay? And not only that, we got Reggie, who finds out about Moses, and he not having it. We're talking all things Dear White People.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's up, Benny?
What's up? Welcome back.
Welcome back. Yes, tonight, this was an episode. Like, I just started, spacing out about it. That's how crazy it was. It's like, I don't know if Muffy was assaulted or not.
Is she telling the truth,
or is she telling the truth, or is she not?
Right. Is Moses telling the truth, or is he not telling the truth?
Is Reggie going crazy, or is he not? Like,
can Brooke get more annoying, or can she not?
Okay, we here. It's just a lot going wrong on tonight's episode. Welcome, everyone. As you can see, we are talking Dear White People. This is Volume 3, Chapter 8. Tonight, we're going to be talking about everything we just mentioned. Muffy and her situation. Brooke being all up in everybody's business. They played a game of Mafia tonight, y'all, which is one of my favorite games ever. And not only that, we got Reggie and Joelle having their first fight. Before we get into all of that, I'm your host, Portia Carter. Joining me is the wonderful Benny Adams.
What's up, guys? How's it going? Benny Adams here.
So we basically expressed our overall thoughts of the show
we
already.
Really did.
Let's just jump right into it.
Yeah.
So, I really do not like Brooke. I have a really strong dislike for her, and she just makes it so easy to not like her.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she has this thing where she's popping up as somebody. She's not even at AP no more. She done popped up at wherever the heck Muffy is staying in her laundry room while she doing laundry to ask her about what it was of her business that she told Coco. How did you feel about that?
So the thing with Brooke is she had a chance to redeem herself and make her a likable person with, how she went about the situation. You know, sexual assault, rape, that's a very serious topic, and how she went about it was awful. She went up to her and pretty much said, do you want to put your story out so people can know about it? That's the last thing any victim would want to hear. Instead, Brooke should have just went up and said, I overheard something. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know if you want to talk about it or not, but if it is true, I'm here for you. If you ever need someone to talk to, I'm here for you. And that's how she should have went about it. But it just seems like she's doing this for herself. She doesn't really care about Muffy. She cares about herself and how she can get this into the paper.
She makes my blood boil. Because first of all, get up out her face. Like, no, you and somebody else conversation, listen to what they got going on. Unless they disclose that information with you, mind your goddamn business. Right. I have no understanding for anybody like that. Granted, it's tons of people out here who want to have the latest news, who want to have the latest gossip, who want to know the tea, all that. Back the heck up out my face, because this ain't that. If I have been sexually assaulted, the last thing I want is it to be broadcasted and plastered all around campus for your benefit.
And she told people also, which was even more messed up.
She pissed me off when they having this game of Mafia. Everybody chilling, blase, and Mafia is one of my favorite games. I really love playing that. And I'm going to get a little bit more into Mafia in a second, but let's just fast forward to when Coco gets kicked off. Coco is walking away from the game, and Brooke pop up on her too. Like, it wasn't enough that you just stalked Muffy in her laundry room. You had to go up in Coco's face and ask her too.
Right.
And it's just like, girl.
Well, you know what?
Can you lay off?
And this is why I like Coco. Kudos to Coco how she handled it, because Coco realizes that this is a situation. Muffy is her girl. You know, obviously Muffy doesn't want anyone to know, so Coco is keeping her mouth shut and not spreading her business and being a true friend and just being there for her.
And my thing is, Brooke didn't even come to Coco with a, did this really happen? She said, oh, are you willing to go? I overheard it. Are you willing to go on record?
Right.
Go on record for what?
Exactly. You don't even know what happened. You overheard a conversation. That's very dangerous because no one knows what really happened.
Yeah.
We as viewers don't even know what really happened. So to go there and accuse someone of sexual assaulting someone, that could be damaging for that
very
person.
Damaging.
Like Reggie said. You know, you're ruining his career.
Speaking of Reggie, let's go back to the Mafia game. So they're playing Mafia, and for those of you who don't know what it is, it's like a murder mystery type of game, that type of thing. While Kelsey is doing the narration, she starts triggering Reggie.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, I'm just like, this is not the game for him. Like, how did you feel in that moment?
Even Kelsey was like, real quick, she was like, oh, I'm sorry, I know I'm being too insensitive about it. And I think right then and there,
she should have just shut up.
Yeah.
But she just kept on pushing it. She kept on pushing until it was his time
Kelsey
to go.
And
Till
Brooke,
he died off. I like Kelsey though.
I do. I like Kelsey. But but
I can't stand Brooke.
Their personalities are kind of similar.
They're very strong-willed. They're very like pushy and passionate about the things that they care about, you know. And I think that's all of the most that they have in common. Other than that, they're two totally different people.
Yeah. I felt for Reggie in that situation though, because you see that even though this was a while ago, he's still not over this.
He's still not over it. And on top of him being triggered from the Mafia game, once everybody's leaving Mafia, he just so happened to walk up on the conversation that Brooke is having with everybody else. Because now she's just telling everybody. They in a circle. Sam no, Joel no, Troy no, Al no.
Everybody and their mama.
Everybody and their mama know what's going on. And now Reggie is standing there trying to defend Moses Brown.
And that's like his hero. So of course he's going to defend him. But at the same time, in the back of his head, he's probably thinking like, oh my gosh, like, did he really do this?
Like, ain't this some stuff? Okay. I didn't like anything about that scene, but they did, you know, touch on some great points. So Reggie started bringing up the fact that Muffy used to be all up in Moses' brown face. And, you know, she was like, he gonna say some, she was all up in his face, bringing her Muffy muffins, like just throwing it all on him. And then, you know, Sam and Joel hit him with real cutthroat with the, no, you're not about to slut shame her. Like this is not how that's about to go.
And they're right, you know, you can't slut shame someone, especially if they're in that situation, you know. It's just a situation where you have to really tread lightly on. Yeah,
tread very lightly because it's just a lot. It's just a lot. And, you know, we got enough of that going on in our real world. It's just a lot. Anyway, so, back to the Mafia game. I just wanted to point out one thing.
Yeah.
When Clifton said that, first of all, Al accused Clifton of burning up Davidson Hall. That's how the white people ended up in AP. So now we got some insight on that. But Clifton said that Al is acting like an angry black man. And then Troy said it's because Al is an angry black man in America. That's why he's mad.
Right.
Troy has no idea that Al is really half black.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I mean, granted, anybody who has, I would say, anybody who's at least 50% black, you're just black. You know, they just consider you black. But as we found out from the first episode of this season, Al is, you know, has some really deep Latino roots.
Yeah. That's I thought that was very interesting. Honestly, I don't get why it's a big deal to Al, you know, because
he's hiding his identity. That's why it's a big deal. He made it a big deal when he decided not to disclose all parts of him.
But
I
why
guess
hide it though? Because Sam is half black, half white. You know why? I guess that's why I'm just still a little.
I don't know,
confused
because
about
he was part of the Black Caucus, part of the Black Student Union. No, he was part of the Black Poets group.
Yeah,
The Black Poets group he was in. So I don't know. I don't know why it's like that. Like maybe it's just him.
Yeah, that's the only part that's like confusing me, because like I said, we have Sam who's biracial and she's doing all this stuff. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
Anyway, you know what I do know? I do know that we here at AfterBuzz have become the ESPN of TV Talk, and it's all thanks to you guys.
Yes, and we just want to thank you guys again for making us the ESPN of TV Talk. And in order for us to grow, we need your help. So if you're on YouTube right now, go ahead, give us a thumbs up. If you're on iTunes, go ahead, give us a 5-star. And if you're on either platform, leave us a comment. Let us know how we're doing. Working at AfterBuzz means so much to us, and we just want to thank you guys for helping us grow, and we want to continue to learn and give you guys amazing content. So keep watching, and we will keep giving you guys good content.
Yes, thank you guys. We appreciate you. Speaking of appreciation, I appreciate Kurt on this episode. Granted, I don't like Kurt, but I appreciate him on this episode for uplifting Cocoa. So we get this situation where Coco finds out that she's top of the class in Queensfield class, okay? She finds out she's top of the class. She goes in to let him know, like, all right, so I know I'm top of your class. I already know I'm about to go to the fellowship. Let me tell you what I need you to know about what I can bring to the table. And he shuts her all the way down.
Yeah. And I knew that was going to happen. Like, I knew she wasn't going to get that recommendation, even if she was at the top of the class. And
really?
Yeah.
Why?
I just...
You think it's him? You think it's because of him and his snooty?
No, I think it's because of her. Coco is too confident.
Dang.
And...
there's no such thing. Nope. Take that back. There's no such thing as too confident.
Not too confident, too cocky.
Okay, there we go.
She's too cocky. And I think he sees that, and I'm glad that she didn't get it, to be completely honest, because I think she needed that. I think she needed to get taken down a couple of notches and really think about why she wants this fellowship, because he was asking her and she couldn't even really explain why she wanted it, other than to be the first Black woman to get it, which is amazing. That will be an amazing thing, but he wants her to dig deeper and to really explain, like, why does she really want this? Yeah,
because he did mention that, you know, her gender and race should not play a portion of what you're bringing to the table, and why the fellowship needs you. He like, you need them, but why do they need you?
Right.
And I think her, I guess, lack of explanation for that is what, I guess, put it in his mind that he can talk to her crazy,
right,
or just talk to her like, you know, she was nothing. But I feel like he should have, with his criticism and with his questions, should have given her, well, granted, that's probably how he teaches, but he should have given her like a boost of inspiration to find a deeper meaning for the reason why you want that. But you know who wasn't about to let her back down from that? Her unborn daughter, this girl she keep on seeing. And she was just basically like, I ain't having it. Snatch all his edges.
His 3 edges.
His 3 edges. And Coco calls him miserable. And he basically tell her to get out because only one of us get paid for our opinion.
Yeah.
Shut her all the way down.
Yeah.
But Kurt was there to pick up the pieces, pick her up, and encourage her. And I really loved that moment. It was like a nicer side of him because he's pretty irritating.
Right. And you can tell that, you know, there's a possibility of something more to their relationship other than just hooking up. Because she had no idea that he just wanted to just watch a movie with her. Yeah. And then like her face, like when he said that, he
really likes her.
Yeah. So I think that there's potential in this relationship, and I think with Kurt being in this relationship with Coco, I think his personality could change for the better as well.
Facts.
I think he could learn something from Coco, just as well as Coco can learn
she's so
something from
smart.
Kurt. Yeah.
She's so smart and so confident. I love her. Speaking of love, Reggie really loves Moses. So when he sits down with Moses, he just let it all out the bag. He like, you know what? It's a rumor going around the campus saying that you sexually assaulted Muffy. Did you do it? Did you not? Moses denies the allegations.
He didn't even beat around the bush. He just straight up asked him, you know? And I don't know how to explain this. Like I was a little surprised that, well, actually, no, I wasn't surprised that Moses denied it. I was a little surprised that he just like flat out said like, you know, this didn't happen, blah, 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 and then blamed it on, Muffy.
Yeah.
So it's this whole who did it
Type
scenario,
of thing, yeah.
you know?
He said, yeah, she kissed me and I shut it down. Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't know what's happening with that, but we do see at the end of the episode, well, towards the end of the episode, Reggie and Joelle are having a whole brawl about it. They basically going tit for tat, back and forth. She's upset because he doesn't believe her and she's standing up for Moses Brown. And then he's upset that she's accusing Moses when Moses just told him what was up. And he believes him, and he expects Joelle to believe him too.
Right, and it's just, like, I see both sides. You know, Moses is a hero to Reggie. So it's no surprise that he's going to take his side after Moses told him that he didn't do it, you know? Because in Reggie's eyes, Moses would never lie to him.
Yeah.
And then, but you also have to look at his girlfriend's point of view. You know, she's a woman, and in our world in our world today, what's happening, you know, with the Me Too movement, this is happening to women everywhere where they're getting sexually assaulted and they're silenced.
Yeah.
You know, so you also have to look at her perspective.
Yeah,
So,
and speaking of the Me Too movement, this happens because people, I guess, misplace their power. And I like what Brooke said, even though I don't like Brooke. I like what she said. She was like, it's really not about sex, it's about power, and the power dynamic alone just makes it all wrong. And I feel like because he has this power as a professor and he knows that this girl likes him, he has the ability to take advantage. Now, whether he took that advantage or not, I guess we don't know right now in this episode particular, but either way it go, it's like, it's wrong, and wrong is wrong. And we, no matter how amazing you are, we have to hold you accountable for your actions.
Right.
Like, you have to be responsible for your lack of morals.
Right, exactly.
Basically. But, you know, his responsibility is on the weighing scale right now because Brooke lay it all out and basically say that Muffy taking her story back. Ain't nothing happened.
Right, exactly. So now it's just, we're even more confused because now we're like, is Muffy making this whole thing up? Is she trying to start something?
Yeah.
Or is she afraid because he is this well-known figure? He's well-liked. So is that why she's taking back her story? You know, we just don't know. Yeah,
it's really messed up. I hate that when they had the conversation, it's like, we didn't hear the conversation. You know, we didn't hear it. We heard bits and pieces, you know. Right. But then after, you know, Brooke popped up at Coco and Kelsey's house, they slammed her down. Coco get the text. She like, okay, let me go see what Muffy want. Her and Muffy have the conversation. And even in the conversation with her, Muffy is still not saying he did it. She's still saying, you know, maybe I thought too much about it, or maybe I'm making it bigger than what it is, or maybe it didn't happen. Like, now I'm confused.
Right, exactly.
She's talking to Coco with confusion too, and Coco just like, you know what, you made your choice. I'm here for you.
Right. And that's why I like Coco. She's being a good friend. She's there for her, you know, no matter what the situation is, even though Coco doesn't even know what the situation is.
Coco does know because she told her full-fledged.
But she took it back, though. So now she's saying, like, she doesn't really...
She took it back from everybody else, not from Coco.
But didn't she say in the room that she doesn't know really she doesn't know?
Yeah, she did
really
say
happened?
that she, you know, thought too much of it. But I'm not saying that Coco is confused as we are. I'm saying that Coco heard the first blown out story.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
Like she knew the full details because she told her.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So we'll have to see. You know, I'm torn with both sides. You know, obviously I would love to see, you know, that it didn't happen, that he didn't sexually assault her. But then at the same time, you know, I don't want it to be like Muffy was lying about the whole situation. So I don't know.
That's why this conversation with Coco at the end was really confusing because it's just like, what do you mean you made a choice? What is the choice? Like, are you making a choice to lie and say it didn't happen? Or are you making a choice to lie and say it did happen? Like, which choice are you making?
Right.
Did it or did it not? Like, you just got to be straight up. You can't be out here.
It's a very touchy subject, yeah.
You just can't be out here saying stuff like that and then retracting it.
Right.
Like, that's not what you do.
That's like you're messing with someone's whole life.
And that's what Reggie said. He was like, y'all need to stop gossiping and spreading rumors because y'all could kill somebody's whole life, you know, or mess up somebody's whole reputation.
Right.
And granted, you know, Moses Brown was, you know, Big Chief, then came to save the block. However, we have this situation. So let's just get your predictions for the next episode.
I think we're going to go more into this topic. And I think the truth will be revealed. I hope they don't like make it a cliffhanger because I know we're almost towards the end of the season. So I hope it gets resolved before these 2 episodes are over.
Yeah, I hope it gets resolved too. I don't even have a prediction. I have a wish that we find out what happened for real and if Muffy is just saying it or if Moses is lying. I just want us to figure that out.
Yeah.
But I guess we won't know until the next episode. So y'all stay tuned till next week. Until then, I am Portia Carter. You can find me on all things Portia Carter.
And I am Benny Adams. You can find me on all social media at Benny J. Adams. Take it easy, guys.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.